Alrighty, guys, we are back on Operation Chimera. I know I've been slacking on these missions as of late, but I got a few that I'm going to queue up and get uploaded, starting with Alliance-13 for Operation Chimera. So for this mission, we need to do 3 kills within 100 meters, and if we want to get this done with honors, we need to complete the secondary to do 3,000 damage. Now, I actually did not complete the secondary here. Pretty shockingly, I missed it by 40 or so damage, unfortunately. In fact, I picked this tank in particular so I would get the secondary. For those of you that have seen my other videos, you know that when it comes to kill missions, I like to do it as low tier as possible. So normally I would do this in, say, a tier 7 tank, which is the lowest you can use for Operation Chimera. But if I have to do a damage component, I like to use high tier tanks like tier 9s and tier 10s, which is why I've chosen the tier 10 British TD, the FE-183, the Death Star. This is no longer in the game after they pulled it out to make some tech tree changes, but it's still available to those who had it. So this is a great tank for this because it does have a little bit of armor. It doesn't have amazing armor, but it does have a little bit of armor. And of course, the 183 millimeter gun on this thing makes it just a dominating force. It makes it pretty easy to get kills. Now, I'll tell you, this mission actually took quite a bit of time for me to complete, and the simple reason is that my perception of 100 meters in the game is very different than what is actually 100 meters in the game. So you can see that shot right there is relatively close, but that's not 100 meters. Okay. Now I know that based on the experience of trying to do this mission, that was probably something closer to 300 meters, maybe even more. You can somewhat judge if you're familiar with the maps and the sizes of the maps. On your mini map, you do have a 10 by 10 grid that goes 1 to 0 and then A through K. Unfortunately, because the map sizes are different on every map, those are not always consistent gauges. So you can't say, well, a grid square is say 100 meters. Because on a different map, a grid square may be much shorter than that. So if you happen to know the sizes of the maps, you can semi-gauge. Now, this is, on this particular map, El Huluf, this is actually probably the best area for me to go because this is where the tanks are brawling. And you want to be in that brawling area because that's where the close quarters combat is going to be. And that's how you're going to make sure you're within 100 meters. Now this kill right here is definitely within 100 meters, and that gets the meter going. But there's still plenty of tanks left to kill. So once that's done, I know that there's other tanks around this corner, so I'm going to push around the other corner and see if I can't get the kills that way. Now, one of the other things that you want to do specific to this mission is normally I try to play a little conservative when I'm just playing to play, but given the mission, you need to be aggressive to get the kills. Even if you have to take damage to get the kills, just take the damage. I jumped out in front of 2 tanks there, 3 tanks really, to get that kill because I knew that 4005 had already fired. Normally I wouldn't have run around the corner like that, but it was worth it to get the kill. Now there's also another tank back there that's a one-shot, and I could pop around the corner, I guess, and kill him, but I'm actually going to push past this TD right here because I want to make sure that I'm in within 100 meters because it's like you can misjudge that so easy. And unfortunately, that's it. Look how much damage I have relative to the secondary objective. Never got it. That was my last shot of the match, and so I painfully missed that completion with honors. But we got the mission done, and that's really the important thing here. I may go back and redo that at some point, but it's not a priority. So to get this done, you want the high alpha tanks to get the kills, even if this had nothing to do with damage, you typically want the high alpha guns to ensure that you get the kill and someone doesn't steal it from you. But you also want to have reasonable armor, because you are going to have to make moves like that where you pop around corners to make sure you get the kill, things that you wouldn't normally do, and take potential shots just to ensure that you get that kill. Go to wherever the brawling area is. Every map has one. Just figure out where it is. Sometimes the brawling area, it's actually better to go where mediums are going. Westfield is a great example of going to the hill in the east side of that map where mediums typically go. That's a great area to head because everything is within 100 meters there. And you always want to close that distance. I cannot tell you how many kills that I got that I thought I was within 100 meters, and it wasn't. So if you have the option, even if you need to take a shot to do it, close that distance to make sure that you're within 100 meters to get this done. All right, guys, I will see you on the next one, and hopefully we'll be wrapping up Operation Chimera here soon.